Hey! So in this video we're going to learn how to do a Dutch braid, otherwise known as a boxer braid. It's kind of like the French braid that we learned, but it's inverted. So when you're doing your braiding, instead of going over, you're going to be going under. I'll show you what I mean by that. So we're going to start by getting that hair all nice and brushed out. Now the Dutch braid is going to be very similar to the French braid. So we're going to start once again by grabbing just some small bits of hair up here. And you're going to divide it into 3 parts. Now, in the regular braid, we would take one side and go over to make the new middle. But in this braid, what we're doing is we're going to take one side and go under to make it the new middle. So we start by doing just a couple of those to get us started. So we just went from the right side under, now we're going to go from the left side under. So see how you bring it underneath instead of over? Alright, now we're going to start grabbing hair. So with the Dutch braid, in terms of holding the pieces, I find that it's easier to just drop the piece that you're working on because you're going to pick it up in a second anyways. So you start at the temple, you drag that finger back, see how you're grabbing that hair that you just dropped, and you pick it up. Now instead of going over like the French braid, you go under, and I hook it into that first space with the left piece, and then I grab that top space, separate out the bottom two that you've got there. So now we're back to 3 separate pieces. So here's one, here's 2, and here's 3. This is the one that we're working with now, so we're going to drop it. Take our finger from the temple, drag it back and pick up that hair we just dropped, and bring it underneath. So in this case, it's sometimes easier to use the spaces in your fingers. Instead of going 1, 2, 3, you actually use 1, 3, 2. So you've got 1, and you put the next piece in 2. Then you drop the piece that you're working with. You go from the temple, you pull it back, make sure to pick up that hair that you dropped, and then you're going to go underneath. And you can either hook it with your thumbs so that you have 2 pieces in that first space, or you can do like I said before, where this middle piece, see, I'm going to put it in the 3rd section, leaving that 2nd space open. So you drop this piece, you're going to add some more hair in, and then you have that 2nd space open, so you can just put it right in that 2nd space. So once again, to show you that one, you pick this one up with the 3rd space. Then this one, you're going to skip the 2nd space, go right to the 3rd space to hold it, and drop this one that you're working with. And you're going to add some hair to it, and stick it up in that 2nd space that's waiting open. So you go 1st space, 3rd space, drop this side, add some hair to it. Oh, that was a bit too much. And slide it right in that 2nd space. 1st space, 3rd space, drop this side, pull the hair into it, make sure you're pulling all these nice and tight so they don't fall out, and slip it up into that 2nd space. 1st space, 3rd space, drop and pull some hair up and put it in that second space. We're going to keep doing that until once again we get to the bottom. You want to start keeping in mind how big each of your pieces are and try to start evening them out. So that way once you get to the regular braid, it looks nice and even. And then you're going to continue with the regular braid, but instead of going over, you go under. So see how you're using those finger spaces differently? And you're going to keep doing that. Keep going from the outside, under, into the middle. And once again, you can either start braiding up or pull it over your shoulder to finish the braid. You want to really pay attention to those pieces. Alright, so I've got the left side, so the middle is coming under from the left side, so I want to continue with the right side. You go all the way down and tie it off. So see how the braid is on the outside instead of on the inside like the French braid? So you can either leave it like this, or you can split it down the middle and do two. But after you're done braiding, you can also take those loops and pull them loose a little bit to give you a bit more volume in that braid. So there you go. That's the inverted Dutch braid or boxer braid.